but two infected with the Delta variant, as the variant seems to be impacting younger age groups more than previous variants. 5. Masks are still important. Health experts across the world advise everyone to still wear their mask, even though fully vaccinated against COVID-19. They are also advising unvaccinated people to avoid large gatherings and mask up indoors where the vaccination status of other people are unknown. And 6. Other variants are still on the way. Even though the Delta variant is currently the most prominent strain of COVID-19 currently, the Lambda variant out of South America is still emerging. Health experts urge that if people want to get back to normal, a significant portion of the population needs to be vaccinated. So get your vaccines today, mask up, and stay safe.
Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Osayo Mesale, and today I'm joined by my lovely co-anchors, Elsie Godwin, in her lovely red hair. It's red now. Whatever it is, it looks good on you.
Color guru, you are no, this is not it. So
well, it's actually urban, so it looks really nice. You look lovely.
You.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You're looking fresh and refreshed for the week.
Yes, I am.
So
She's ready to be
what
productive.
Did I do over the weekend? Yeah. I think I rested. I really rested, and I binge watched movies on Netflix. Really, I was just resting.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah.
No, you're lucky. Our electrician is affordable. How are you? How was your weekend?
Let me use our normal Nigerian English. Lucky you.
So it's lucky. It's not.
It's lucky, not lucky.
Actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's lucky use. But I've been good. I've been fantastic. I had my training all through last week, and it was quite quite hectic for me. By the time I was done, I was drained. I just kept talking for hours back to back. So it was interesting going through the whole motion, and it was okay. It was okay. But a restful weekend? Not really. I don't think so, because I had guests come in over the weekend, and it was a fun fair for me.
Nice.
Yes, it was.
I guess you were lucky as well.
Yes, I was.
So I had an interesting weekend. I actually hibernated this weekend. I just went quietly to one quiet place and I just slept all through the weekend.
Lucky.
So yeah, I was really, in fact, I almost didn't want to show up today. I wanted to just call Elsie that. I just thought again, second chance, where do I get a third anchor? You know what? Well, just manage yourself and come, but I really wanted to just hibernate, so, and I had that time to hibernate. A lot going on, so I needed to clear my head,
Happens.
Yeah.
There are days like that.
Absolutely. But today is my friend's birthday. It's the longest friend I've had in my life, from primary school to secondary school. We've been friends for a very long time. So today is his birthday, Pastor Steve Oga. Just to wish him a happy birthday. If he's watching.
Is he the one with Winners Chapel?
Yes.
Oh, you've talked about him before.
Yeah, he's my friend.
Oh, happy birthday, Pastor.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
He's a very, very gentle man. You needed to have seen the
He
lovely things the wife was saying about. They pulled a surprise on him today on his birthday.
Nice.
He didn't expect. He never expected it, you know. But he was quite happy to. You know, because he's the one always doing the surprises. So this time, for the first time, she pulled the
How old is he
surprise.
now, though?
And see, he will tell you his age when you see him. Well, happy birthday, Pastor Steve.
A quick one on him like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a milestone.
Oh no, it's not actually. It's just
Okay.
We're age mates. He's just older than with months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So happy birthday, Pastor.
Yes, happy birthday, Pastor Steve. All right, so today we're supposed to be discussing the impacts of someone special. I mean, our guest, Kathy, and we were supposed to talk about her life, her impact and her journey, you know, and here's what we found as today's quote. Genius is in the idea. Impact, however, comes from the action. Everybody that knows Kathy knows that she's a woman of action, always acting, and you know, and that act has also brought a lot of impact in the lives of so many, you know. So that's supposed to be our conversation, but we're trying to reach her. So in case we can't reach her, we might just change the topic. So no one knows for certain how much impact they have on the lives of others, other people. Oftentimes we have no clue, yet we push it just the same. That's a quote by J. Asher. So Kathy is one person, as I've mentioned, that has impacted the lives of so many, and she's also here to discuss, hopefully she'll get here on time, her journey and how much it has impacted her life and the nation. But first, we'll take a break to see what we found in the news. You're still watching Ways. Now, September 6th is Fight Procrastination Day. It is an opportunity for you to face your procrastination issues head on. We have all been victims of that powerful urge to push an important task to further date. Sometimes procrastination could be a result of the daunting nature of the task or simply because you're not feeling up to it. No matter the reason, procrastination can be a major spanner in the works, straining mental and physical health as well. Now, this observance aims at promoting efforts geared towards combating procrastination in all its form. So when I was writing this today, I know that Madam Elsie Godwin, I've never seen somebody that is so proactive. You know, so I would be shocked if you have challenges with procrastination.
Do I? No.
Uh-huh.
I think, but there's one factor you didn't mention though. Procrastination can also come from fear.
That's what he said. When the thing is daunting, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Daunting,
Yeah. So if you're not sure if you're going to succeed, and if you're obsessed with I'm succeeding in everything like I can be sometimes, maybe that would be the reason you say, you know what, it's not perfect until it's perfect, until it's done right. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, I think if I don't get up to do something, I'm just never going to do it. It's not my thing. Yeah.
So do you struggle with procrastination?
Not at all, frankly speaking.
You are actually very proactive as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm not at all. If I have my mind set on something, I go for it with everything I've got. And the key thing is we have learned from an early stage in life that, oh, look, the more you procrastinate, the more you're putting a lot of things on hold. Action.
A lot of people procrastinate.
Generally, that's what I'm saying. It's in a general context. So it's important that we know that procrastination is not going to help anyone. Mm-hmm. If you have your sights set on something, just go for it and take that action. Don't procrastinate. It's not going to take you anywhere. Basically.
I don't know if this relates as well, but I know that if I want to get something done in terms of maybe an event, I envy people who say they'll plan an event that's supposed to happen maybe in September. They start planning it from January. I can't ever, because I just get tired. Like, what are we doing? Why is it this long? I can wake up in August and decide that I'm going to have an event in latest October. I wanted to say September, but let's not push it. Latest October, and get to it, and I know, this is what needs to be done.
Exactly.
I will get it done. But I have to drag and wait and do things. I think my own procrastination will set in, and I'm like, nah.
No, but guess what?
I think
not
it takes
working
its
for me
toll on you
anymore.
when you wait for so long
to do something
to get it
No,
done.
Yeah.
so that one is a different this thing. So if you have, so for instance, I know people that have major events. So events like the Future Awards, events like Lagos City Marathon, as soon as they are wrapping the event for the year, they are starting the plan for the next year.
Exactly.
Those kinds of events, it's only when you want to have, like, you know.
Well, those kind of events, they have a committee that is their job.
That's my point now. So they do it
But that's
all
not the
year
kind of events I'm
round.
talking about.
So I was coming there that except if your events are just maybe quick events, small events, but if you're planning major events, there is no way you can't. In fact, when you go to clients, they look at you very unserious. Maybe you have an event in 3 months and you're coming to them. Just 3 months to the time. They look at you like, this one, you're not serious.
Kind of events, but once I know I need to get something done, man.
Once you have major events, my dear.
It has to be done.
Interesting.
I planned one. I was not in 2018. Yeah, in 2018, if you still Google it, it's still there. The biggest bloggers award in Nigeria in 3 months.
Wow.
You know, so I think it's just doable. Aside, of
You
course,
are lucky because
brands and
sometimes,
all
again,
that.
when you have the good networks around.
Yeah, definitely.
If you have good networks that you can just call
Very
up, say,
true. And
call
they come through
favors,
for you.
they'll come
Yes,
through for you.
true,
That's when it. If you are starting like you know nobody,
Yeah,
auntie,
okay.
you have to start
Bring it
it.
on.
Yeah, you have to start it
ahead
quite
of
early.
time.
Yeah,
you have to start
very
it quite early.
Very true.
All right, so who are we going with first?
Should I go first?
Yes, Issy, please go ahead. Let's hear what you have in the news first.
For a pastor to say this is what caught my attention. My story is when a pastor says, God will punish those troubling Nigeria. There's like a message out there to whoever is punishing or troubling Nigeria. Because we all know the state of the country currently. Nobody is happy about what is currently happening in food insecurity. There is insecurity on its own, where we have individuals not feeling safe in their environments or when they travel out or travel around the vicinity. And we also have issues with individuals who feel that Boko Haram is not supposed to be in the country, that by now they should have, eradicated or, put a total stop to this menace called Boko Haram. So there are too many issues on ground currently in Nigeria, where we have those in the south, those in the north, those in the east, all clamoring for some sort of separation from the entity called Nigeria. So this pastor, Pastor Wale Oke, Bishop Wale Oke.
Okay.
Okay or okay?
Must be okay.
Pardon me, sir. So he said, God will punish those troubling Nigeria. He's the national president of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, PFN, and he said that God will punish those who have put Nigeria. Look, I am reiterating it because I have to repeat it for emphasis. God should punish them because we are not happy with the state of the nation. Everybody is upset. People are angry on the road. We weren't like this before. People are bitter. Yeah. And for the pastor to say this, that shows his frustration in this our country called Nigeria, what he's going through as an individual as well.
So I have no comments.
Again, God will punish those children.
Thank you for repeating that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my State governor has come out to explain why the shutdown of networks was necessary and that the shutdown of network and closing of local markets have started making impact. According to the governor said the bandits are releasing the captives. They are abandoning other motorcycles they're abandoning their motorcycles after running out of fuel. Many bandits have been killed by the security forces, and the security personnel will sustain the offensive against them until they wipe them out of Zamfara state. So, well, if this is the true situation of things, then kudos to them.
Okay. Today is the day of moving on. So my story is actually interesting, and I think I'll spend a little time on it. the DG of NYSC, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, had warned against lobbying done by core members to get rejected during their posting, adding that the orientation course was germane to the operations of the NYSC camp. He said the essence of the NYSC is for national unity and integration, and core members must not lobby to be rejected when they receive their posting. So the reason I took this story is because when I was posted to, okay, so my initial posting was Ibadan. I did my camp in Ibadan. I was a nursing mother. I just had Alpha, my first son, and he was barely like a month or, yeah, August, September. September is service now. I had him in August, so he was barely a month old. And so first of all, I couldn't even do all those rigorous 3 weeks. I just signed, and I went back home. Till after the passing out, I went to collect my whatever. So when they posted me to some village in Ibadan. I can't remember where that village was. I said, no, I can't go there. When I got there, the man looked at me and said, Madam, you cannot work here. Let me just reject you. By himself, he said it. That was one, no? So when they now posted me to the Ministry of Youth and Sports in Ibadan town, Gong. That's the federal, the state government office. When I got there, of course, I told them, I said, this is my condition. I'm married. I need to move to my... So they deployed me back to Lagos. When I got to Lagos, I think I've mentioned this story before. Yeah. I was posted to one school. I would not mention the name of the school. By the time I got there, the principal was telling me with her mouth that, in this school, you don't fight students, so you don't do this, so that if you do anything that if you are trying to correct them, you know, they not deflate, they were going to use knife and slash my tires. Oh dear. That's so I shouldn't correct them, I shouldn't do that. I say, Madam, as you are speaking like this, just be writing the rejection letter. So, I mean, for you to say that, yes, I understand the essence of unity and all of that, but the truth is, where we are today in terms of security and, you know, so many things, so many factors, there are some places you cannot post me to now in Nigeria that I'll go to. My sister served in Taraba State. I don't think if it is today, my parents would allow her to go to Taraba State to go and serve. Do you understand? So the essence, I've seen so many people, we've heard of so many people that have lost their lives because they are trying to serve their country. So you cannot come with a blanket conversation to say people should not lobby to be rejected. If they do not feel secured, right, especially in a country like Nigeria where it seems like you are on your own, by all means, reject me and post me to somewhere that is safe, and I feel safer, you know. So I just thought to mention this. My sister.
No need for us to talk too much about it. I agree with you.
Please, National Youth in Ibao. Please, let's take a break. So if we find our guests, we'll continue the conversation on a chat with Kathy. But if not, we have a juicy topic for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. It's Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. Nimasa This Week is brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. Statutorily mandated to ensure that there is regulation and promotion of matters affecting our waters. NIMASA bears responsibility for search and rescue, shipping development, and ship registration.
NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on this channel.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, a life of impact is for people who want to do something significant with their lives. It offers many practical lessons which aim to maximize personal impact. The theories and philosophies of motivational speakers can be helpful, but a living example is worth 1,000 lectures. Now, our guest today is one person that has truly made significant impact in the lives of many, and we will be focusing on her journey and how much it has impacted on our nation. So please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. So who am I coming to first? You know, when you first heard the name Kafi, in fact, I think I was just randomly sitting somewhere. They say somebody has been dancing for how many days? I say, who? You know, so there was so much buzz around it. I was wondering, who is this person? And I saw one very skinny human being. I said, Kilo Day. And this person had so much energy, dancing non-stop. You know, it was such a breath of fresh air. You know, but let me hear your thoughts before we bring in Kafi.
Let me not expose myself. But look, when she did the dance, the long dance party, I was working at the time, so I would go to work. I'll come back. I'll say, "Is she still dancing?"
Yes.
No, is she still dancing? Say, "Hey, correct girl. Hey, she must win. She must win. She must win. She must win." I will go to work again the next day. For 3 days, she was at it. Then the last day, I said I will sit this out. And when she won and they raised her up, I was crying. You won't believe it. I was in tears because I was so happy for her. I said, no, she deserves it. Even she didn't take a break. She was at it. A few minutes she would take a break, just, you know, shaking her body a little. Then the next thing she go, boom, boom, boom. I said, oh my God.
She was so skinny then. I was wondering, where was the energy coming from?
She had so much motivation. Look, she inspired us in one way or the other. That whatever you have your mind set at, just go for it. Do it to the best of your knowledge, and you know, rise from there and learn from there.
Absolutely. How about you, Elsie?
For me, I think Kafi is an inspiration. She has inspired a lot of people, and she's a trailblazer as well. You know, when we were having that chat with D-Flex, she came to mind, especially when she was doing this. A lot of people would never think that you'd make a thing out of dancing in Nigeria, but you could see her determination speak through what she was doing, and right now you cannot talk about dance in Nigeria.
In the continent.
And not, in fact, in the continent, you cannot talk about dance and then you're not mentioning Kafi. Everybody, in fact, somebody somewhere will raise their hands. So the person doesn't have to be in the media. They will wonder, did you do your research? Well, are you okay, right? So she's just someone that, I mean, I haven't met her in person, but from afar and what we see, her vibe is just amazing. The positivity, the energy, the can-do spirits, understanding that we need to dream. You don't have to be limited by whatever issues you have in Nigeria, your society, right? So she's just an amazing person, and I'm looking forward to this chat, really.
Absolutely. I am also looking forward to the chat. I mean, she's an inspiration because nobody thought anything could come out of dancing, you know, but by the time that Guinness Book of Record thing just happened, it's like all of a sudden there was a window of opportunities. I mean, when you see all these people dancing in the streets at Ikorodu, the one that does ballet, there's a dance group. No, it's not Ikorodu boys. Ikorodu boys are the ones that do the video. There's a dance group in Ikorodu. You know,
I remember
all of these people would never have, you know, thought about the possibility of coming out to do that professionally if someone like a Kafi was not bold enough to take up that step. So that's why you know, she's an inspiration for us today, and we're so glad to have her. Kafayat Oluwatoyin Shafau, popularly known by her stage name, Kafi, is a Nigerian dancer, choreographer, and dance instructor, fitness coach, and recent author. She's also the founder and the owner of the Imagneto Dance Company. She's best known, as we had mentioned, for breaking the Guinness World Record for the longest dance party at the Nokia Silverbird Dance-a-thon in 2006. In commemoration of her 40th birthday, she published a book titled Alajota, which means someone who chooses dance as a profession. In the book, she talks about her struggles, her victories, her fights, and her wins. And she's joining live via Zoom. Thank you so much, Kathy, for joining us.
Hello. Oh my God. Just listening to you ladies. I don't know if I should shed a tear. I'm sure if I was in the studio, I would have been mushy. Oh my goodness. It's awesome. Thank you so much for all the celebratory and honorable remarks about my person. It's really heartwarming. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kathy, for honoring our invitation. We are looking forward to doing a part 2 live in studio.
I cannot wait. This energy, I want to be in the same room with you ladies.
I must dance with you.
All right, so Kathy, tell us.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again for joining us. Tell us, first of all, how has this journey been for you so far? Because everybody just sees and celebrate the wins. But, you know, I love that part when I read about your book where you bared everything on and you said, you know, everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, you were bearing it all. Unfortunately, you were supposed to send me a book, but we've not seen the book yet, you know, but I'm looking forward to reading the book.
I'm
but it's
wondering
fine.
why you haven't gotten it, but I'll send it. I'm sorry.
No, not a problem.
I'll
so
check.
tell us about this journey.
Yeah, I would say it's the journey is wrapped up in some kind of kaleidoscope of events that has become a blessing to my existence, and it's easy to come and motivate people and say, think big, believe in yourself, you can make it. But when the odds are against you, you now decide, is this really worth it? What part of your life are these odds affecting? They're affecting you mentally, psychologically, physically, spiritually. And it is a miracle to be able to, first of all, decide to choose what no one would ever dare choose as a pathway to success, to the pursuit of happiness in the first place, and deciding that it is dance in an environment that has all the odds against me. When I talk about odds, I mean every single odd you can think that is against a young person, let alone a woman. Number one, I had the culture against me. The culture does not recognize dancing as anything that was has integrity. You know. Secondly, economy. Economy does not even recognize dance as a viable means of income, let alone securing a future. Then I had religion. I was coming from a staunch Muslim family. Either Muslim or Christianity does not even see dance as a morally uplifting path to take. You understand? Then we also have family. Family wasn't supportive of it because they thought I was insane, mad. With all the intellectual prowess that I have, they felt I was wasting my life. So how does a young person deal with all these odds? Because I am training young people that only have one or two of the odds against them. Okay, they are good, but my mother doesn't just support it. That's the only odd. Or I don't know how to make money. That's the only odd. But I'm saying I started at the moment where all the odds were against me. So what was that thing that convinced me that I could pursue this and people will want it? I had to be practical. And what is the practical thing there? I saw what dance did one-on-one to people when I teach it and I use it as a physical fitness path. That was what started the whole journey. I went to the National Stadium and I taught fitness using dance. And I saw this woman. She was, this woman, Aleha, that uses hijab. Okay? And every time she came to the class, she was always sad, always covering up. I know they cover up, but there's a level of covering up that that this person is trying to kind of like hide herself inside those clothes because she lacked self-confidence. And she started attending the class, and I started seeing some changes. From the first week to the second week, she started wearing brighter clothing, more fitted, outfits, even though she was still well covered up. And I said, she came to me one day and said, I have not only been relieved of pain in my body, but I've been relieved of pain in my mind. And that was the eureka moment. I said, that is what I want to be. Because ever since I was a child, and people ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm thinking, what it is that the world, what does the world need? I want to be that thing that the world would need. I don't want to be a doctor or lawyer. I think we have enough of that. What can I be that the world needed? And I kept asking myself that question growing up. So the reason why I wanted to be an aeronautic engineer was that I looked around Nigeria at that time and there wasn't any aeronautic engineer and there weren't female aeronautic engineers. So I decided to start pursuing that. It was during the course of being faced with the challenges of education that I started going to the National Stadium. And that's where I found out that, yes, I can impact the nation with machines, but I can impact humanity person to person. And that is the core of why I am. Improving human productivity. That's yeah.
Fantastic. To think that we didn't even hear this part of the conversation and the topic is just apt. But Elsie, you want to go?
So, kind of listening to you now, your journey started a long time ago, and you talking about wanting to be an aeronautic engineer, you know, and all. And then you had to choose dancing as well because there is an impact and you could feel that impact firsthand. What is your take on having to do something because of impact, and also when you have to face all the challenges? Because yes, the challenges for a lot of people are different now, but Nigeria, many would say, is even tougher than then, right? So what would you say to being able to hold on to the impact you want to create and also surviving in a country like Nigeria?
Okay, so if I hear you correctly, you're looking at the reality of living, you know, because there's poverty in the land, against the passion of pursuing what you desire to impact. How can those two survive? Because actually, Nigeria kills passion. Let me put it that way. Because when I say Nigeria kills passion, I'm not saying the country doesn't have what it takes. I'm saying that the economical frustration of living daily in Nigeria usually kills the passion of people and makes them want to pursue money than pursue the growth of self-development towards their passion. How did I solve this? It was easier for me when I understood the value that was needed. You know, when you are giving value, service is, okay, how do I say, the exchange of money or business is demand and supply. What should be in demand? What can I supply? The thing I'm supplying is, does it connect with what I'm doing? Yes, it does. So because I supply it, I am passionate about what I'm supplying and I'm paid for supplying that passion. So what I did was try to find a way to get the passion to be economically viable as a service. You understand? So yes, I know how to dance, but what is the industry buying right now? And I see, oh, fitness. Okay, so I'm an instructor. I get paid by a gym. I get paid as a personal trainer. That is looking viable. And I started studying more. I started doing certification courses because I found out that there was instant economic exchange for that service. So I pursued that. That brought money. That money, I was putting it into school. I was using it to take care of myself, my family, and all of that little by little. And I went into the industry. The industry didn't understand what I was as a dancer. They were like, just dance. And I'm like, no, I'm much more than that. I can give more. So I work closely with the directors from Paris Peters to DJT to Uzodinma Okweche. I was continuously searching and seeking where my value would be needed. And I was also serving under the areas that did not understand what I was, but I knew they needed me. So even though they were not paying me for what I was doing, I came there and I solved problems in the production. I solved problems for artists. I got artists to be better on stage. And they found out that, wow, because of this girl in my music video, I'm getting more airplays. I need to pay her to stick to be on my team. So it was really about seeking where I could solve problems. And that was where the economic value rose. And that's why I started getting paid.
Absolutely.
Wow. First, I just want to say I'm an ardent fan. You're amazing. So you talked about the fact that Nigeria, you talked about Nigeria killing passion. Not just for individuals, but for not just for for anyone who has joy in whatever they do, but for individuals who are also coming up. So there was a quote you talked about on your page, which says, I do what I do with passion, strength, consistency, integrity, quality, creativity, diligence, harmonized collaboration, and dynamism. Because if I don't, I will never truly be. Now, that is deep. So what's the role of consistency in what you do?
Consistency is the breather of being a master at anything. You cannot master anything if you don't repeat. Repetition is the power of mastery. So repetition and consistency are brothers and sisters that also helps you fight the resistance that makes you procrastinate. Okay, so I don't see anybody saying that they want to be great at anything and they don't commit enough time to that thing. It's not possible. It's not possible. So consistency plays a major role. Consistency also puts you in a position where you can actually sustain what it is that you have been able to acquire or what it is that thing has opened the door for. So if somebody sees you as a talent and you consistently you are inconsistent with practice, even when you get an opportunity, because you don't have a habit to practice, to improve, to sustain your skill that you've acquired, you are going to start depleting in quality. And there's what they call creative burnout. There's a time whereby you are tired, you are exhausted, you are overused, overworked. The tenacity of being able to continue to do what you are doing comes from a place of practice, where your muscle already knows things, so it's not even burdened to trying. So the role of consistency is very, very, very wide. I'm actually writing a module, a textbook on how the creativity can be sustained, due to time of use. So yes, it plays a major role.
Short break. We're having fun, but we need to take a very short break. When we return from the break, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Contrary to popular belief, corona is not a hoax. The virus is real. Be responsible. Wear a mask. Wash your hands with soap and water and avoid crowded places. Maintain physical distancing. Be responsible. Together, we can overcome the pandemic.
Politics has helped shape the decision of the polity, from conspiracy theories to good old-fashioned comic politics.
These are the result of tomorrow's election. You have it already.
I am not hungry. If I need appointment, all I need to do is to start praising government.
Plus, politics will feel the pulse of the country, from friends to frenemies, even strange bedfellows, to clones and stooges. We go beyond the rhetorics and the drama to analyze the story behind the story.
Let everybody come and say. The moment we stop having charlatans occupy political offices, we will curtail hate speech.
Plus Politics, not just another political show. It's about putting you, the citizens, in the know.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, we're having an amazing chat with Dr. Kafi on her journey and also the power of, dance and how it has impacted not just her own life, but the people as well, around her and Nigeria and the world, actually. But Dr. Kafi, if I may call you that. It's not easy to have a doctor.
Yes, please. Yes, by all means.
Please, you worked hard for it. There was something you said again. It's interesting that EC also went on your page. I also went on your page and I found this quote. It says, no matter how you see yourself on the outside, what is in your mind has much more power. Nurture your mind and protect it. You talked about a lot of challenges. How have you been able to sustain this mind power? Because I know everything that you are started from the mind, and what has sustained you still stays in your mind, because it's not easy. That mind journey, it's not easy. A lot of people, once they lose it up there, they're done. You know, you are not particularly, you know how people would say, oh, young, energetic and all of that. I mean, you're older now, you're in your 40s, but you are still very relevant. You're still very, you know, every music video is still calling upon you, because there's something. I want to just go into your mind a little bit, you know, what's going on there, and how have you been able to, you know, to keep yourself relevant over the years?
Do you really want to know what my mind looks like? Oh my God, it's like some refinery of like awesome sort. I think there's like millions of workers working in there with different departments. It's crazy. I would say that the grace that is bestowed on me by God is the grace of the power of the mind. For me, there's nothing more powerful than the mind. There's the greatest tool. And that is the reason why, even if you look at the Bible, it's that the mind is one of the places that you have to protect. The head. Mm-hmm. Once you chop off the head, the body is useless. Mm-hmm. And I mean it in every form that it can be used as a metaphor. That look, once the head is chopped off, no matter how good and beautiful and cute and well cut and groomed the body is, it's useless. And I see that we are in a society that the mind is not nurtured. We don't nurture minds. We condition minds. That's what we do. We condition from home. We condition by church. We condition by mosque. We condition by school. We condition by environment. We are not nurtured. We are conditioned. We are all reacting to conditioning. Every decision we make as human beings, especially in this environment, it's only the rebellious ones that are able to come outside the box. And that's why I chose to stick to dancing. Not only because I've seen a pathway where human excellence can be, groomed and helped. Yes, but I also saw that it would make a major statement to the general perception of what it is that is considered a successful life, especially in this side of the world. We are so driven by the box of what they don't do, where they work. And we've seen engineers make it. I don't think you need to be a hairdresser. Go and be an engineer. If you're not a hairdresser, if you're not an engineer, then you are a lower class citizen. That is absolutely ridiculous to do to humanity. A hairdresser is playing a major role in the life of an individual that she's working on. Do you know how much self-confidence and self-esteem comes out from just knowing that you have a perfectly beautiful hairdo?
Absolutely.
Like the power that hairdresser bestows. And if she gets it wrong, your entire day, you are going to...
It's messed up.
Oh, what's happening to our network? You know, that's why we run away from virtual. But I think we'll try to reconnect. I mean, what we're saying
was apt.
Confidence. I mean,
apt.
It reminds me of. You want to say something? It reminds me of what some drama I had with some makeup artists where I used to work, or on a project set actually, and how they were not very confident about their role in the project, and because of that, they were acting like, well, it's not my own now. Whatever you put do. You're supposed to come in at 8 o'clock and you're coming in at 8:30. And I had to sit one down one day and make her understand her importance on the project. Like, if you don't come in, I mean, I don't know how to make myself up. Everybody knows that, right? If you don't come in on time, not just coming in on time, your aura, your happiness and wanting to make me up, and then making me up is one of the reasons I will go on any set and slay. Even if I was very happy for where I'm coming in and I come and encounter you and your energy is off, your energy is wrong, you're doing my makeup and you're looking like the world is on your head. Trust me, that energy is going to affect my output on whatever show I'm going to come on. So I had to make them understand that you are a vital part of this project. Don't let anybody make you feel like, oh, I'm just a makeup artist. If you don't make me feel happy about being Elsie Godwin, I will will not be able to deliver.
We can't even look.
You know, so
we can't look good on TV without a proper makeup artist.
Yeah,
so everybody has an
people
important
try
role.
to look down on them, hairdressers, makeup artists, the cameramen.
Profession is
very important.
Down to the gate man. That's why you need to greet your security guard. Greet them with respect. Accord them that respect because it takes a lot for a man to stand outside that gate and make sure that he opens that gate for you whenever you want to go in and come out.
Yeah.
So people do not take all of these for granted. People do not understand the dynamics.
So they take it for granted.
So they take it for granted. And you need to understand this, that education is about you creating or bringing up a functional individual. And once that person is able to function in the society in whatever form or in whatever profession they decide to function, look, it's kudos to that person.
So I don't know if we have Kathy back. Okay, we're trying to get her. So it's such an amazing conversation because
absolutely.
You know, sometimes I wonder if we truly understand why we're here on earth.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it is one thing, because every single time it's a tussle. I remember my mom would always say, as far as she's concerned, go and get a 9-to-5 job. And all, because everybody, apart from me, is doing a 9-to-5 job. Why can't you go and get a 9-to-5 job? But I realized that for me, doing this is not, first of all, not only what I love. I love the fact that I'm able to watch someone come from 0 to 100. I mean, someone gave me a call today. She was telling me, I've been dreaming to be on TV, this, that. The next thing, we're having conversations, and I'm telling her it's possible. You know, and I know how many people have been able to nudge, to push them to do the things that they've always wanted to do, but they never really had the courage to do. So I understand that role. I mean, where Elsie's question, when she was talking about, I was just thinking about, okay, the economics, you know, how much, especially if you're pursuing a passion and it's not paying off yet, you know, where's that stay power? Would you be able to stay in it? And the thing is not bringing the money. It takes a lot of guts and courage to keep going without it bringing money, especially for an economy like Nigeria. It's not like, so if there was even a different, if there was a different place where even if you're pushing those passion and impact, there are things like your basic things being taken care of. You could go to a food kitchen and get meals for free, you can get free, you know, it's easier to manage. But when every single thing, when every single thing is dependent on you, for you to fend for yourself, do this, do that, it's actually tough, you know. So I was really hoping to hear that. And even talking about hairdressers, I mean, I remember when they were talking about one particular hairdresser that used to move around. Was it with Oprah? I can't remember how much that guy was. So, I mean, hairdressing itself now, it has even changed. A lot of people are beginning to put some level of professionnation in the jobs that we would have considered menial jobs, and they are doing excellently well at it. Cobblers now. Yes. You take your shoe to a cobbler. Oh, yeah. It's not those 200 naira, 500. I'm not near them in my shoe sponge. I mean, you are the one that was telling me the other day that I should go and repair. I said, no, I'll go and buy shoe. Because if you take that shoe to a cobbler, you know, so it's just the importance that we too must also attach to some of these things and understand your role. I am here to put your shoes in a shape that when you are walking, you're walking with confidence. You're walking into your destiny. And you're not having leg pain. You know, understand?
You know, one thing that resonated with me when Kathy was talking, she said that, you know, you need to know who you are. Yeah. So you also have said that thing now, which is you need to know your role, understanding your role. And what's her name? Mama Hilda Dokubo said something today. She said that some people discover their talent early. Some people discover their talent mid-age. Some people discover their talent 2 days to a few years before they die. You know, they don't have enough time. But the key thing is that they actually discovered it. So, and they are not scared to, you know, take that leap. You know, so the question is, where are you? So individuals, we need to ask ourselves that question as well, and every other person who is out there, and any child or youth that is out there, you know, what is your role? What do you understand by your role? What do you think is your role on earth? And have you discovered it? Try to discover it and don't be scared to take that bold step. Because Kathy said something that, you know, when you have an idea without, no, you said it in the quote for today, a genius with an idea without action.
But action is
action is
keyword.
everything, you know. And I think Kathy also said something about it like that. So it's essential we understand that whatever we believe in or whatever ideology we have in our heads, we should take that bold step. We shouldn't be scared. Look, from discomfort you get comfort.
Absolutely.
So do what you have to do.
Okay.
I was listening to the interview with between Tokema Kenwa and Chude. I mean the clips, of course. And I like what she said when she was talking about people comparing their own backstage to somebody's finished product, something like that, you know. And I think that was really profound because in being able to survive Nigeria and be passionate, we also have to be able to channel our mindset properly. We all heard when she was talking about how her mind is very important to whatever she's doing.
Yes.
If you do not nurture your mind, if you do not curate what goes into your mind, then you're setting yourself up for failure because you begin to compare yourself in ways that doesn't matter, in ways that would always pull you down. For her to be Kathy today, I mean, you're giving us vivid description of how you felt when she did the Guinness World Record thing, and that's gave everybody the shocker to say this is somebody you need to look out for. Exactly. But I mean, I was going to ask her to take us through the journey of getting that point done. I mean, she's talked about going to the stadium and all that, but what it took her to get everybody who supported that project to believe in her, to say, yes, we can do this. I'm definitely sure that it wasn't a walk in the park. It's not, oh, okay, you can dance, let's get it done. This is a big platform, right? She had to prove herself over the years. She had to walk through the parts that I'm sure a lot of people will not be ready to do that for her to create this industry that we have now. So sometimes we also need to step back, forget about the noise on social media, forget about the finished product that people are showing you, and think about the process to that finished product. Because if you begin to look at it that way, then it might be easier.
I like what you said because I was going to ask, refer back to what Isi had said, you know, and I think it ties up to what you just said when she talked about understanding your role.
Yes.
You know, truth is, not everybody would be the president. Not everybody would be this.
Precisely.
But there are people that are key players, instrumental into ensuring that that job is done.
Exactly.
So if you understand, and this is the clarity I think I have come to learn over the time. Yeah. Where are my strengths? And I play there, and I play excellently well there. So a lot of times I see young people these days. I mean, that's why I was really hoping to, you know, but well, she's promised to come back. We're having trouble trying to reconnect with her, but it's fine. This is why we actually run away from Zoom, you know. But, you know, there are young people today, they are good at some certain things, and they are deciding to say, you know what, it seems like this thing I'm doing is not going to pay off, right? So I'd rather go and become what's it called, a Tiwa Savage, or become a Dace, you know, I want to sing instead. Because it is very easy for you to be distracted. Exactly. And say, you know what, all this music video I've been dancing. Shame me, I'm dancing. Nobody's calling my name for whatever. But these people that are singing, and let me say I can sing. You just wax album, you know. You just begin to, you know, you get distracted. Yes, that you are so straight up. You wax your album. You know, you get
say drop an EP.
Yeah, you drop it. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop an EP. Say it like that. Which
wax
album?
Album, you know.
Why are you sounding like the 50-year-old kid?
You know, so everybody now begins to go to that, like, not knowing that if you understood your role and your place where God actually had, you know, probably blessed to say this is where you would play and this is where you would shine. You know, so it's very easy for us to be derailed. That's the point, you know. So you are not doing so much, and at the end of the day, it seems like you're getting frustrated because it's not coming through for you. But she has sustained that stay power for over the years. Music video back to back, training people. Then, you know, so it's actually a good thing for people to just have clarity as to what I want to do.
I was going to ask her a question on what is her challenge when she's dealing with younger people today, because the drive she had then is totally different from the kind of drive she would see today in younger people.
Definitely,
so
they don't have that stick power.
We definitely need to have her back.
That
we have to, and it has to be live in studio, so we won't face this Zoom wahala. But when you talked about not everybody being the president, I think that's one train of thoughts I like to pass to people most of the time, because it reminded me of a certain musician. I'm sure if I call his name now, if you're not a party goer in the southwest region to an extent, you probably won't know him.
Yes, I know him.
He's called SB, right?
Okay.
You probably don't know him.
No, I don't know him.
He's not a Tiwa Savage. He's not a Don Jazzy. He's not a Rema that you drop their name and they know everywhere, right? But I can tell you for free that this man is successful. He has his houses. He has his cars. He's living in his money. But he has understood where his strength is and how the market he wants to play in works. He basically do what's it called? Live. I don't know what they call them. Live bands,
live performances,
parties, live parties, and that is what he has done over the years, consistently networking, putting in the work, having his own band, understanding the music and what people want to hear per time, and recreating it. And those people are making money. Of course, he's the one that comes to mind now, but I know there are lots of bands that plays everywhere in Lagos State and everywhere in Nigeria every time. And they are, I mean, you do events, you can think about how much you pay them for each appearance on any party. So I think we all need to just sit back and think of where our role is, where God has okay, you might not be a believer, but where your chi or your universe has said you can play and flourish. We don't have to all be the presidents, but the councillor has a role to play. The governor has a role to play.
And
the
you
person,
can be a very successful councillor.
you know, and you can just be a very successful SSA as well. Like it's not even possible for everybody to be at the center of everything, but you can also be at the center of your own world and make a difference. So I hope that people can begin to see that. If Kathy said, oh, if I'm not an aeronautic engineer, then nothing is going to ever work for me. We probably won't have a Kathy today, right? So it's good to just, yes, be passionate, but look for the purpose in your passion. You might think that it has to be this way, but your passion can also, or your purpose can also be found in another way while you are flourishing. I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I think it's a fantastic way to wrap up the conversation. Sadly, we ran out of time, but thank you, ladies. Thank you to Kafi. So she's promised to come in studio. You know, when we tell you people, when we send invitation, this is the reason we do not want you to be on Zoom, because our Nigerian network is still very blessed. But thank you, C. Thank you, Elsie Godwin. All right, so before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagram. It's at WayShowAfrica. Interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, we're planning a giveaway to say thank you to you for believing in the Ways brand and for following the conversation. So do well to follow us now. It's at WayShowAfrica. You can like, share, comment, and invite your friends and family to watch and follow us. I think that topic, that juicy topic, we'll talk about it tomorrow. It's an interesting topic. We'll talk about it. But thank you again to Dr. Kafi for at least the effort to try to be here with us. All right, so if you missed today's quote, here it is again. Genius is in the idea. Impact, however, comes from the action. So do something impactful today. Take an action today. All right, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.